Hello my Gemini friends, and thank you for joining me for the November readings. As always, we're going to do the main reading with the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is my own creation, and then we're going to follow up with the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which is also my own creation. If you're a Patreon supporter, you can tune in for the additional bonus card reading for each sign on the Patreon page. In addition, if you're a Patreon supporter, you get the readings early and ad-free, and instead of paying per video, you have access to all 12 videos early and all 12 bonus cards early. A quick announcement, I am going to be opening up for the year ahead readings. They're always very popular. I do a brief look at your astrology, but mainly it's a psychic tarot reading. I lay out 4 rows of cards for the 4 quarters of the upcoming year, and then we do pull an animal totem. Information of all that will be available on my website, which you can access on the eye in the sky or below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the side. What is going on for our Gemini friends for the month of November? Well, I'll tell you one thing that's going on. You're going to have a full moon. Oh, this goes this way and that goes that way. You're going to have a full moon in your sign. So, you get 1 new moon a year, you get 1 full moon a year. Okay, so this is your full moon that is coming up. Let me get the cards laid out and I'll talk about that briefly. Wow, sweet. The full moon is a time of culmination. It's a time of culmination. It's a time of bringing things to a head. Often things are revealed during the full moon. Things will be revealed that were hidden to you. Things that you've been working on could really all of a sudden spring forth and become bigger, better, more than you thought. Okay, you got quite a few cards in reverse is what I'm noticing off the bat, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You have the World in the upright, I mean. The thing is, what's happening right now is there's a lot of things that are changing astrologically. Jupiter's going to move into Sagittarius. That's your 7th house, so a lot's going to be about partnerships. I might do a video about it. I think I'm probably going to have to do a video about it because it's just too much to talk about over, again and again. But the nodes are changing sign. That's huge. Uranus is going retrograde and it's going to change sign. Chiron has moved back into Pisces. So there's like, what's that? Jupiter, Chiron, nodes, Uranus. 4 big major things are happening in astrology. So there's a lot of shifts and changes. And this is a money card, so maybe some of you are concerned about money. But I think it's just a real good illustration of the energy. It's just like, whoa, things are going up and down and all over the place. So there's just so much shifts going on. And it's going to take a little time for everybody to get their bearing and get acclimated. It's telling you, though, I'm going to jump down to this little section here. It does feel like some of you are trying to balance the money up and down. Well, I'm going to pay Peter to pay Paul, or however that goes. Saying, don't worry about that money. This is saying, don't worry about it. It's going to come, and it's going to not only going to come, but it's going to an avalanche, a landslide of money is going to be coming your way. You're contemplating, well, maybe I should go back to school here. And it's saying, no, I don't feel like that's not your path. This says it's not your path. That's not a necessity here. I mean, you could go back to school. That's just going to be more money you're going to have to spend. And I don't feel like it's a necessity at all. I don't feel like that's a thing. You got to listen to your higher guidance too. I know Geminis, you have a very active mind and you're very mentally oriented and not always tuned into your higher guidance. But both of these cards, this is about your inner knowledge, your inner wisdom, your intuition. It's in reverse, as if you're not listening to it. I keep wanting to say High Priestess. That's the High Priestess. The Hermit is in the upright position. In the upright position is, that same thing, retreating, thinking things over. He's being enlightened. It's not just about being alone. It's about being enlightened and shining that light down, the gift of knowledge. This can also be an outside person for some of you that you might, like seek out like a lawyer or an advisor. But look at their, I want to put them together. Look at these stands of these two. It's nearly identical, drink of water 1 second. It's nearly identical, but it's two different energies. He's looking down in regret at everything that's going on, that's gone bad in his life, and doesn't see the full cups that are available to him. He's looking down on getting perspective on things. But either way, they're in reverse. Now, this card in reverse can say, whatever you gave up on, because this could be like, oh, I've given up on it. It's all doom and gloom. It's all downhill. It's all never going to work out for me. Boo hoo hoo. And not seeing this. So sometimes when it's in reverse, it's like, oh, I do see the bright side. I do see the other part of it. But the clear message here is you've got to trust your inner guidance. I don't think going back to school, that's another clear message. I don't think going back to school is the answer. I think it's applying your own intellect and savvy. Not to say that you're not, that there wouldn't be a reason to, that there wouldn't be, that you wouldn't have to seek out additional knowledge or training or learning, that it's like, well, I know it all, I don't have to go to school. But I don't feel like putting out money to go like back to a trade school or college. I'm getting really strong. If somebody's contemplating that, that's not the answer. Learn it on your own. I mean, these days you can find the stuff on YouTube, seriously. I mean, the degree isn't always the thing, you know, they bulk those degrees up with a bunch of crap that you don't need, you know, and it just, that's another story. The world is here. So the world is your oyster, but somehow you're just not seeing it. You're not getting it. Also, the Fool in reverse. We didn't address that. The Fool is about, I'm taking this new beginning. I'm making this new start. I'm setting my foot on this new path. And in reverse, it's like not. It's about doing the same thing over and over again. It's about, sometimes it's about saying, yeah, I'm going to start this new path, but it's really just the same old thing, you know, same bleep, different day, you know. It's like we're doing this... like this isn't about relationships for most people. It could be like the person who keeps saying, well, why do I keep meeting this same type of guy, you know, and everybody I date, why do I keep, because you keep picking the same one. Oh, it's a new guy, but it's the same old story, same old song and dance, my friend. That's what I'm hearing, that song. You might want to look that up. I don't know. Do we have time? I don't really feel like looking it up today. If you want to look it up, it's Aerosmith, same old story, same old song and dance. But anyways, the world is here. So there's a lot of things that are shifting and changing. Things that didn't work out in the past may work out now, but in a new way. It's going to be in a new way. There will be some you know, so say you said, well, I want to have my own business. Maybe that's it, you know. I want to work for myself. I want to have my own business. And you tried and it didn't work out. Well, you might have your own business, but it won't be that same business. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be something a little twist, a little different from it. You don't need accreditation from anybody else. You don't need to waste more time and money having somebody else give you certification or this or that. Study up on your own. I mean, Gemini, you guys are so mentally on the ball anyway. You're so quick to learn, and you know, and sometimes if you go to a formal classroom, that just holds you back, you know, because you have to go at the pace of the syllabus, you know. And Geminis, you know, you could, you know, watch this video, read this article, and your brain is always going. But that's another thing that they want you to calm that stuff down here. These two cards are very strong major arcana cards. You've got 3 major arcana and 4. But these two, and then the World and the Fool. So the major arcana are the powerful, more powerful cards, more powerful expressions of energy. You have the World here. The World is your oyster. But there's going to be things different about it. It's not going to be the same. You've got to, it's not only about knowledge, it's about inner knowing. Trusting that inner guidance, that inner knowing, okay? Alright, so now let's go ahead into the animal totem. The animal totem for our Gemini friends for November. This is it. The wasp. Wasps are pretty, they can sting you. I have to change glasses to read these cards in a second. Okay, fearless warrior spirit of the sky. Shamanic healing, transformation. Stinging, attacking, fighting the good fight. Impassioned action makes dreams come true. Okay. Shamanic healing and transformation. Let's take that part of it. Yeah, you're going through some changes. Everybody is at this time. The stinging, attacking, fighting the good fight. You know, don't get caught in the blame game. I feel like that's addressing you directly. Like them saying to you, you know, stinging, attacking, well, it was their fault they didn't do it. And looking at all, it's this reason that didn't happen. It's this reason that didn't happen. Drop all of that. Know that, you know, your true path is being revealed to you, and that what you're seeking and what you're wanting is just beyond anything. Impassioned actions make dreams come true. Not going to school and listening to some professor droning on and on and on because you think you need this degree to get this better job. What are you passionate about? Yeah, so maybe you failed at it, right? What is that thing with Edison? He learned 100 and something ways how to not make a light bulb. Or there's some story about the Wright brothers too, about how many times they failed. Failure is a learning process. You know, it's part of getting to the right thing. You know, so don't focus on the failures. Focus on, and there's a bit of intuition there. There's a bit of intuition. Again, most Geminis are more in the mental. You know, you're not always so tuned into the intuition, but there's going to be a bit of the intuition. If you feel like, oh, I'm just not intuition, oh, forget that, I can't do it, you can always ask for a dream. Write down a question and ask for a dream, and you'd be surprised. Einstein used to get things through dreams. Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet. So your dreams are every person's doorway or ticket to communication with spirit. Okay, Gemini? Okay, so if you are a Patreon subscriber, we're going to go ahead and you can tune into the next video. We're going to throw one more card from the Speed of Light Oracle deck. If not, I want to thank you for everything you do to support me by liking, sharing, commenting, donating through Patreon, but also subscribing. If you'd like to subscribe, you can find that button here. Don't forget about the year ahead readings, and I have if you're starting your holiday shopping, I have all sorts of cool gifts, t-shirts, personalized astrology art, books, decks, everything. Don't forget to check that all out, because all of that makes it so, contributes to me doing these free readings every month on YouTube. Remember your love and beauty incarnate. Have a great full moon in your sign, a great month of November, and I'll speak to you soon.